lot of really popular meta heroes, but in the offlane.
Coddle.
Yes.
Yes,
So I mean,
offlane Coddle.
yes, that's a huge thing for versatility, obviously, right? In terms of the drafting stage, that would be great if you can make that work. There is. I was talking to Jenkins because he was doing some of the NA games, and he was talking about how he. Oh God, who was it? It was Leo Style. Leo Style destroyed his items because he went Monkey King offlane. So, not everyone takes the experimentation quite as well as others. And I believe Jenkins told him, I'm going to try out the new Overwatch system on you.
Yeah, it doesn't make me happy to hear that, but it does make me feel a little better about the quality of my pubs at half the MMR.
That's Jenkins.
It's okay. A third of the MMR. It's rough out there. Whatever fraction you want to bring out.
You rounded up
right?
pretty high there, bud.
All right. 1/5.
But yeah, one thing that I really want to see from SG, they were really determined in making that OD work, right? They were first picking the OD in both games, and they lost both series. So now they actually get the puck, and I'm really happy about this. I think OD is a really strong hero, but I don't think most people rate him higher than puck.
Yeah, I would agree. I think OD is a little more abusable. Puck is just on another level of annoyance and a variety of roles, right?
I don't know. They're actually kind of close to me.
Really?
OD's growing more and more on me.
Even in the support roles, though, because I think support, like Puck being a flex pick.
I would say support Puck is much better than OD support.
I would agree, but I also think the 3 OD is better than the 3 Puck in a lot of ways.
Yes. Yeah. I can agree.
So it kind of, it balances out a little bit. I guess I'll still say Puck's better, but
I think Puck is a better flex pick. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I just thought Puck was like way better earlier, but the more I watch the OD, the better it looks. I think OD has some harder counters though, like with the Nyx and like the Rubik is pretty brutal too.
Yeah. Well, you can also itemize to kind of counteract the OD ult a little bit. Like you can't really itemize against Puck as effectively.
Well, especially with eggs. Yeah.
And this is also not going to be a 3 Puck more than likely, since we do see the Beastmaster. I think this opener is really strong on the side of SG.
I know how much you like Beastmaster, Bowie. You've been trying to sell me on Beastmaster for days now.
Dude.
Is it worth it to pick it into Witch Doctor, though?
Good question. I think the laning stage might suffer, but what the hero brings is much... like, Witch Doctor doesn't counter what Beastmaster does in the mid-game, right? Which is easy Roche, easy sieging after you win a fight.
Vision, pretty much everything. BKB piercing stun. It's like he has it all. He builds this really good item called Necros. Turns out they're kind of busted right now.
Oh, another thing to mention. Our boy Mr. Jeans here started playing a little bit of Grimstroke Metal. And also, another hero that is contested, should be contested, is Pangolier. Maybe not in the series, but Papita and Michael playing a lot of Pango 4 and 3. So
right, and those two kind of go together because we see the Pango, we might see the Grimstroke for the Soulbind to leash the ulti.
Yeah. And Pango versus Beastmaster, even though you can Primal Roar the Rolling Thunder, you do deal with the units pretty well. But after this Puck, I think Pangolier is probably not going to be contested in this game. Pretty annoying matchup for the Pango.
And also, just to keep past results in context here, we did just see SG on January 30th take a brutal series against Thunder Predator, the 2-0, both games less than 30 minutes. Bowie and I did an interview with Costa Beal the day after that, this past Sunday, and he was pretty open about it and said, we had a vision. The vision didn't work. It kind of felt like we didn't get to play Dota. That series was not us. We had a game plan that never really got to get into motion. So we're going to do some work. We're going to switch it up. And I'm glad we're at least seeing them change from the OD opener, because that's what they did in both games of that last series. It was first pick OD 2 games in a row. So anyway, nice little adaptation here from SG. This is a big series for them. We'll see if they can prove themselves.
Yep, and there goes that Grimstroke that Bowie mentioned. I mean, there is a Beastmaster too, so it does make sense.
Yeah. Also worth mentioning that they do play Puck 4 on Theo, right? So this could be either 40R Hero or Theo. They're banning support since SG definitely need a 5. We're just unsure whether Puck's going to be a 4 or not.
He
There's that
had
Tide
one
Hunter.
particularly good game, right?
Run a 4 puck?
I can picture a really good Theo Puck game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he popped off on one of them.
Yeah, you don't really care about the cask. Pretty easy to disengage from most of what Witch Doctor have.
I think
like
that might have been game 1 versus no ping.
I think so.
That sounds about right.
I
It was
think
definitely
that
versus
was-
no
an
ping
Oracle that just kept being silenced by the Puck 4.
Yeah.
and
Theo played
nobody
that 4.
popped off versus Thunder Predator, so it was definitely versus no ping. So.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing worth talking about here. Nature's Prophet from KJ. He's playing a lot of NP. So I was actually going to talk about it and they pick it. So yeah, I think this is going to be 5 NP, especially the Beastmaster already picked up on SG.
Nice pushing synergy there. Some zoo action. How do you counteract the Witch Doctor, Trent? You just get so many summons that the damn coconut doesn't have enough bounces.
Genius.
Big brain stuff here.
It is interesting. They picked their Nature's Prophet because they obviously don't know anything about the offlane yet. So he's like a relatively safe position 5. There's not a whole lot of heroes that stand that tall versus him. I mean, they banned out the Tide, who was the natural block versus the Treants. It can actually kind of handle it. So I'm kind of curious what Infamous want to pick now. I would think they could just pick their safe laner because it's fairly certain it's going to be Beastmaster Puck. I'd like to see them try and see what the safe lane is and see if they can pick a really solid offlane hero for Mariano.
Yeah, I wonder if you just pick the carry for Infamous knowing that the Beastmaster is going to be offlane, right? Because I feel like if you pick offlane for Infamous now, isn't it dangerous since you don't really know the matchup for SG?
Yeah, 100%. Exactly. That's why you.
Yeah.
But a lot of teams
did
will
I just
still
repeat what you said?
Yeah, but a lot of teams will still just pick the 3 here, which is like my main problem with it.
I did drink a lot of coffee today.
Bowie
I
got caught
apologize.
reading instead of listening.
Legion.
Whoa!
Now-
Legion Commander.
Now, here's what I will say. They pick a 3 that's good versus the 5 at the very least. So they know that part of the matchup. And then it also, like, you're kind of limited a little bit when you have the Earth Spirit in terms of your position 3 heroes. So it's okay.
Now, this is something that Infamous like. They picked this in game 1 versus Thunder Predator in week 1. And don't forget, that was a series that Infamous won 2-0 pretty convincingly over Thunder Predator. So this is comfort zone for them.
You can snap the coil and just get pressed the attack. We've seen that sometimes.
Yeah. You have the answer for the Primal Roar.
Yeah. And another stun. So no Monkey King. Last time they picked LC, Infamous did actually play Slark.
Guys, there's a big zoo coming. That's a lot of units. Boars,
I
trees,
kinda like
skeletons.
Slark here. I think it might be their best option. I don't like Jug against heroes like Wraith King just because of the second life. And I do feel like the Slark lane against Beastmaster is okay when you have a hero like Witch Doctor. So you have the heal, you have a way to deal with the summons a little bit.
I kind of like
So
PA.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, they
The
like the
PA.
PA too.
I was liking it more before they picked the Legion.
That Ricky's also in still.
What about Ursa, since you have the status resistance to break the coil, you have the status resistance versus Beastmaster?
There's a lot
Nope.
of Ursas today.
They go the other way. It's the Terrorblade. They want some push and some illusion game.
Radiant team ban.
All right.
Damn, they could have picked Kunkka, man. Look at all these units.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So why
Kinda
Terrorblade
surprised.
here? I don't think it's bad, but I'm having trouble seeing like why he was the obvious choice over all these other carries we were listing.
They like push, so that's the first part. He's
Okay.
high physical damage, high armor, so really good versus Wraith King, really good versus Beastmaster.
5 seconds
Okay.
remaining.
And it's just a hero, considering their lineup right now, they have Earth Spirit that wants to play fast, Legion Commander, they can just get that tower and start fighting. It just creates space. I don't feel like they have a lot of scaling heroes so far. So, Terrorblade is just pretty good meta hero.
I think the Terror Wave is also kind of interesting because I was watching some of the NA matches where the coil was being used a lot. Obviously, like Puck was basically the best initiator that they had, and Duba was playing 5 Silencer, and then every time the coil was dropped, he could just global. And then there's really no follow-up, right? Because Puck requires a lot of damage, which is usually like spell combos and stuff after a coil. So if you think about it, if the Puck is going for these initiations and you have the Terror Wave like in the late game, and that's when people are still going to be trying to like utilize that coil on those big smoke ganks. That can actually like ruin everything. So it's kind of interesting. I don't think that's like the main reason, but it is a pretty cool interaction.
It's a side benefit. Yeah, it's kind of rare for position ones to have that like disengage type ability. So that's so effective.
They take the Lina out.
And Kunkka Lesh banned out by Infamous. I thought Infamous might want to pick one of those potentially. Some good creep clear there.
Yeah, I wonder what they'll get considering they took it out. So there's Storm still available, Ember still available,
Void Spirit still available.
Earth
Spirit mid. Please be
or
Earth Spirit
Rubik mid.
Earth Spirit mid. Let's go. Let's go.
Interesting.
I actually we were still doing Earth Spirit
Rubik.
mid.
I like Rubik mid here because if this is Puck 4,
Trent, you want some action here? Rubik or Earth Spirit? You trying to die on this hill, bud?
10 seconds remaining.
I would take Earth Spirit for sure. It's not even close.
5 seconds
I'll bet you 5 toonies.
but would you take if it was your team, or are you taking it because you feel like it's gonna be?
I mean, I guess we have to see the matchup first, frankly, because there's several matchups that I'm just not playing Earth Spirit into. I guess there still seems
I guess they
crazy.
could even Legion mid depending on the matchup and play offlane out.
True.
Yeah, but I don't think I want Earth Spirit or Rubik 3. I feel like I'd rather both of them be 2. You know what I mean?
I don't know what LC2 does. I mean, I haven't seen that in ages.
It's
She
good
does
versus
win a lot of melee
fine.
matchups.
It's like
Good
Bat
versus-
Rider.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, how did Bat Rider just get through this whole pool, by the way? Just saying.
Huh. Oh, maybe that's
question.
it. Like if they actually get Batrider, you have the Legion to dispel. So it's really good versus Bat mid actually.
Yeah, I don't think they'll pick Bat here. That would be that would be bold. Well, they've decided, and they go for the Phoenix. So we're going to get to see what these players select, and we will know these roles. What is ADR play in this
Mr.
game?
Jeans Earth Spirit, let's go!
Come on, guys.
All
Let's
right,
talk about
Trent
Rubik
snipes it.
mid. What year is it? Fucking 2012 or something?
All right, well,
Get your head in the game.
you win this battle, but the war is still to come, Trent. Mr. Jeans Earth Spirit. Well, I'm sure chat is going crazy right now. He'll have to square up against the ADR Puck. So not that position 4 Puck we were thinking about. It's going to be Theo on the Phoenix, and King RD is the one to grab the Beastmaster. So predictions, gentlemen. What do we like here? Who's taking the first game?
I think SG's draft is easier to execute. You have Beastmaster for the push, Wraith King that usually just gets a free lane, farms his Radiance. Radiance, very good versus Terrorblade. So, even though they get this Terrorblade hero, he will be counter in some ways. I think I'm going to go with SG here.
I'm kind of feeling Mr. Jeans, the guy.
Yeah?
He's selling me on something. I don't know if it's a new pair of denim or what, but I'm gonna go for Infamous. I kind of like this idea of the Earth Spirit. If he starts popping off, I see a lot of heroes that he can take advantage of on the side of SG.
But can he win the matchup versus Puck? How does that head-to-head go?
He's Earth Spirit.
I think it's fine. Yeah.
He's tanky. He's resilient. He's got the strength gain to handle it. No
He'll kill
big
people.
deal. Yeah, he's got broad shoulders. He's fine. Okay, well, and very interesting lineup here. We'll get to see the Mariano Legion Commander to get us started. A huge series here. These top 4 teams so far outside of Beast Coast have all taken series off of each other. If SG win this one, things get really, really interesting. So let's pitch it over to our casters and see what's going on. Gary, are you ready for some excitement, man? Because this panel is caffeinated and ready for action.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm super ready. These flexible drafts, selling the Puck and the Earth Spirit is like pos 4s or pos 3s until the very end, and they're both mid lane heroes. Theban, Mr. Jeans Earth Spirit made up against a Puck. It's going to be super interesting as that matchup kicks off. And here we are, middle of the table. It's all getting interesting.
Yeah, we got a lot of cool stuff going on in this game. Mind games, some nice counter picks. Earth Spirit versus Puck. I'm not so sure it's going to be so good for the Earth Spirit because he can't really do much against the Puck until he gets at higher levels in silence, so he can silence up the Puck. It's really hard to actually land your rolling onto him. So we do expect Mr. Jeans to just make rotations instead.
Yeah.
Maybe to the Beastmaster, who's a very easy kill, doesn't really have any escape tools, and just kind of help out the TB. The panel was talking a little bit about like the TB pick. When people see Beastmaster, they tend to just gravitate towards like this PA, Troll Warlord, Terrorblade kind of heroes. TB, high armor, won't take too much damage from these boards, and then also you can steal the auras from him too later on.
Yeah, so you have like a decent time in laning stage, right? When you've got these agi
Yeah.
heroes against the boars, you've got all that armor, all the good stuff. And we are paused, guys, just so you're wondering what's going on. Looks like the puck trying to get back into the game, as we should be ready and underway in just a couple of moments. And in the middle of that draft, even, Legion Commander coming out. Is that Infamous's answer to all of the summons and the creeps and things that SG has?
In some ways, I mean, it's a really good dispel. I think Infamous just wanted to have also like a steroid on their team. You're gonna be able to buff up this TB as well in like a fight. And Legion is also really good against Phoenix, like in this game. Not that Phoenix was obviously picked later in the draft, but I'm kind of surprised that they decided to go with the Phoenix. Maybe they were thinking, oh my god, guys, we need like some kind of a team fighter here. This is just way too much from the side of Infamous, so they went for that. But playing into press the attack is a little scary.
Yeah, and into Earth Spirit Silence, Rubik Instant Lift. Life can be difficult as that Phoenix. But I think you're right. Trent was mentioning, the puck needs some kind of backup. When you drop the coil, you want more team fight to follow through. And Phoenix is a hero that can definitely offer you that. You also...
I was going to say... whenever I think of puck area, I always think of Alliance. It is this thing that always comes into mind. TI3,
right.
S4, yeah, and that goes like to the point of like having team fight with your puck. To be honest, you don't really need it. Like as long as you have enough damage coming out from your other heroes, the team fight is not really necessary. You just gotta like coil someone, kill them, outnumber them, and then the team fight just comes just through that alone.
Move on to the next target. Blow on up.
Exactly.
Go next.
And they have that in this draft. They got the Beastmaster, Wraith King, NP. Like these are all single target heroes, but they do a lot of damage when they group up together.
Oh, they sure do. They're gonna have so many auras on them as well. As these bounty runes, it looks like it's gonna be a bit of fun down bottom. A lot of heroes here from Infamous. SG not getting involved whatsoever. Just gonna be grabbing up their top bounties. I was a little worried for them there if they went to contest it, because Earth Spirit and Witch Doctor were both sat behind the Legion and the Rubik. But those two, the latter will be bottom against the Prophet and the Wraith King. Theo there, he's heading up towards top, pairing up with the Beastmaster. And then that mid lane, Puck up against Earth Spirit. A little bit of a better block coming out from 4DR up on his high ground, but Mr. Gene secures the range creep, no problem anyway. And Terrorblade right now, where's his support? Witch Doctor's walked back to Fountain.
They always do this, so like they start with 3 heroes in the off lane and then they let the carry on his own, but this time around there was a lot of pressure put onto the TV, so Witch Doctor had to TP out a little earlier. Some of these guys like giving that level 2 to their carry.
Well, that's the thing, he didn't stay bottom, he walked back to Fountain, picked up a circlet that the TB had bought back in base, and he brings the circlet here. Immediate aggression onto the boars, securing that first one.
Been seeing that too a little bit more. Support's just going back so the courier doesn't have to bring the item.
Yeah, keep your TB happy.
Second wave now.
Phoenix drags that wave back for the Beastmaster.
Yeah, very standard stuff against Terrorblade. Terrorblade pops meta level 1. You just drag the second wave so he won't deny your creeps, as it only lasts 40 seconds.
Yeah, you're desperate to not lane up against the Metamorphosis. There's something we quite often see from POS4s is actually take the wave for themselves, but this is Theo kind of dragging back for the Beastmaster to secure it. And then Theo goes back on the aggressive to stop the pull, which Witch Doctor was looking for. Now
this lane will be a little bit harder for Infamous when the Phoenix hits level 3, but that's not going to be anytime soon. Actually, to be honest, whoever hits level 3 first will probably find the kills in this top lane. Witch Doctor plus TB, he will have the meta up again by that time.
And with Maledict level 2, it's a tremendous amount of damage onto either of these Radiant heroes.
Yeah, and you really hate playing Beastmaster into Witch Doctor as well. The cast just destroys your boars.
Not a fun time for the boars up there. Theo TPing.
He got cancelled.
The cast cancels him.
Doesn't have dive.
And there's the Maledict, you're right, he is still level 1. First blood looking like it might go their way, but Theo, he's just going to back up into the trees because TB wants to hit creeps in the wave, and Witch Doctor, I think, has realized he can't kill him alone. Oh, it's just not worth his time.
Just let him go. Just like that. Maybe wants to focus on the pull here, which would be really nice. He should try to pull this up right now. This big camp.
Well, he's
Not doing it.
He's not going for it. Yeah, he just wanders around. Phoenix gets back into the lane. Oh, an interesting little little scenario there from them.
Got a little too distracted. No lanes push. Got to pull, man.
Too many things going
The
on at
only thing
once.
left to do.
Just throws his cask in there on the boars. Try and kill off at least one of them.
Yeah. How's
of course.
bottom lane looking?
Exactly. I was about to pop down there as well. Wraith King 14-1. Legion Commander 18-2. So it looks like Michael and Mariano are doing an exceptional job down here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, Nature's Prophet is not the easiest lane or 5 to lane into as well. So great job on there. And they also have an Orb of Corrosion, so they got a lot of damage coming out of this bottom lane early on.
I guess with overwhelming odds and Fade Bolt, you can actually just kill Treants straight off the bat, right? So KJ, he's got to be careful with where he maneuvers them as they do dive in onto the TB. King Hour's all been maledicted up, but the damage just not coming fast enough, and he's cut himself through the trees, but A does stop him with a creeps blocking him. King Hour, Fairy Fires, last touch of damage from the TB. Oh, he turns around, the salve comes, and the damage is there. Angel secures it. First blood for your Terrorblade in that lane.
Yeah, I think he looked like he turned a little and got killed for it. Maybe if he just kept running, he would have been okay.
Because he turned at the same time as he salved. So I don't know if there was a... Well, he gets back into lane anyway, but a great start for Angel. That Metamorphosis. Second one comes out, gets him a kill, and the Sentry Ward spots out the Hawk.
The Witch Doctor got level 3 before the Phoenix, and it went the way of SG.
As you said it would. And down bottom, this Prophet, he's trying to contest that pull from Michael. Treants make it easy. Legion Commander's been forced back to base. But once Mariano returns here, you're looking at Crustabile with pretty limited regen, Fairy Fire, a couple of stick charges. If they decide to go on him, Wraith King could be in a bit of trouble. Prophet, not the best defensive support, is he, in the lane? He's offering defense through offense, clicking his enemies.
Yeah.
Try to get them to submit.
And every time you chase the heroes, the treants are going to be hitting you as well. You're going to be taking a lot of damage.
Okay,
Not
Jay.
that fun.
Deciding just to trade with Michael's Rubik. Looks like you should be able to get the pull off. That one Kobold follows him across.
You know, Gary, I will tell you, I'm very impressed with what's happening here in the mid lane with Mr. Jeans. He's somehow staying 50-50 with the puck as an Earth Spirit.
He's dead even.
It's very hard. Yeah, it's very, very hard to actually... Oh, here we go. He's going to TP top now.
First rotation.
This seems a little awkward. I think the way that he should rotate with Earth Spirit should be like defensively and not offensively when creeps are under his carry's tower.
Smoke and mirrors, you hide your movements. But they do get them back in towards the mid lane with the Witch Doctor as well. They're not going to be able to roll in onto the puck. Like everyone's been mentioning, that phase shift offers a pretty good defensive tool there. And Phoenix also got a pretty good ward.
The hill here, it's really nice. But that TP has costed their mid tower about 800 HP, so a little painful there, Gary.
Yeah, not super valuable. Down bottom, some serious body blocks going on with these Treants. Rubik with an Arcane Rune might have to lift one up and throw it back. Does get the stun off. Very near death. It's got to be a spooky proposition for him now, and the Legion Commander's also really low. Mariano's stuck around in lane. Gets off the press of the attack, the overwhelming odds to speed her up. Legion Commander does get behind the tier 1, but also has to head back to that fountain to regen up. Earth Spirit's rotation down here doesn't have any friends to play with. Rolls onto KJ, gets the kick in with a Magnetize. Prophet's going to go for the TP home, cancelled by the roll though, and Mariano, trying to offer a bit more damage, will secure the kill.
Magnetize for a +5 kill. I think they're going to be okay with that on the side of SG. They know like this spell's not going to be up for a long time now, and they're going to feel comfortable, especially the Beastmaster.
It does keep that Legion in lane at least. But yeah, you're right, that's the second rotation of Mr. Jeans. You know, top one failing, the bottom one getting a kill, but potentially not worth it. Now Phoenix, what are you doing? Refilling bottle? Yeah, give Adriano that refill. And smoke. Do they want to try and kill Terrorblade? Because that's where the puck's heading. Mr. Jeans is TPing bottom. Mariano with press the attack on it. Legion Commander turns to fight the Earth Spirit. They'll clear through the Wraith King easily. And now KJ, he's stuck here. Gets rolled on and can't finish off Mariano. The Prophet's going to die as Mr. Jeans gets a double kill. This rotation most certainly worked. As SG trying to get that puck up towards top lane, still not finding a target. Terrorblade, he's dipped back into the jungle. So Witch Doctor, the only hero they can really go on, does get roared, expending that ulti of the Beastmaster to clear him up.
It's gonna be a lot of tower damage here too on the tier 1 with the puck and the beast here. I don't think anybody on Infamous is gonna want to contest this. They got caught off guard with the Earth Spirit coming back bottom without that Magnetize being up and got some clutch kills. Meanwhile, Puck was rotating top. The Terrorblade popped his meta. He's like, okay, maybe he'll stay in the lane and try to bully my Beastmaster. We can get a play on him, but TB making a smart move and going straight into the jungle, avoiding that gank.
And opening up that tier 1 top gives them such a nice ease of access into the dire jungle. And the ward from Phoenix starting to pay off a little more. They spot the TB. They know exactly where he is. And Theo is also scouting the Earth Spirit. Invised up. Sees Mr. Jeans farming a medium camp. And they know that there's no threat anywhere else on the map. It does still seem a little weird. Like, they see the Earth Spirit, they see TB and Witch Doctor, and the Wraith King actually goes back into jungle. Is he that afraid of Legion Commander right now in that lane?
I think he just wants to farm and maximize that. Playing in the bottom lane is not going to give him the most amount of farm at this stage in the game.
Go and hit those jungle creeps. And in that top jungle, coil on the Witch Doctor. First a roar, now a coil. The Witch Doctor paying for being that front liner scouting people out.
Yeah, you might be wondering why are they using like these big spells on supports and stuff, but Puck and Roar are pretty much their only disables on their team. Like, Wraith King is not going to be joining any team fights. That's for sure. He's just going to be farming, so you can't really rely on his Wraithfire Blast or something to start something.
Hey, you need to throw ultis to catch anybody. Terrorblade and Legion, they were trying to get on top of that Wraith King, but Ghostabeel fast enough to get away from them.
I'm a very big fan of Angel's movement right now. Like, he farmed up in the previous meta, went to the jungle all the way to bottom. Now he's going to try and open up this bottom tower. And because he popped the meta, I think SG is going to feel a little reluctant on coming to defend this. And this is going to open up the map for Infamous. I was really worried that they gave up this top tower quite easily, and then if they don't take the bottom tower, they're going to really suffocate on the map.
It looks like they're probably going to lose their mid one as well, though. Maybe going to mount a defense as the Puck jumps the Rubik. Just showing him that they're really willing to fight here. Beastmaster's also in a really great position with a Hawk over their heads. And that Mr. Jeans roll in towards Costabil's Wraith King is going to force the supernova. It's a good egg, but Infamous, it looks like they've disengaged enough. Michael should be falling here to the Necro units, as Costabile does find that nice little pick off. And Witch Doctor actually isolated down in the river, slain by Theo.
They got the reincarnation here, so I wonder if Infamous, once they're alive on the supports, they're going to smoke up and try to kill him, and that was their plan. They did sacrifice 2 heroes defending this tier 1.
Because it is level 1 reincarnation, right?
Yeah, so the reincarnation is their saving grace here, and the Wraith King TP'd bottom, so you know he won't be able to go anywhere for like the next 60 seconds at least. He's going to be playing in this bottom area of the map. The smoke can, you can kill him with some process of elimination.
It looks like exactly that. Witch Doctor's TP'd mid, has a smoke.
But the ward? Oh, the ward saw them.
That high ground Phoenix ward.
Yep. Been talking about it this whole time.
There's a really good place, really good time, and the smoke pops on Rubik.
There you go. They broke it. They broke the smoke on the supports. That's really good by SG there. Get the information, like, don't just run away. Break the smoke so your carry can continue to farm.
They're trying to cut through all these trees. It looks like they will grab KJ. He's created a lot of space for them, though, as the first duel win. Goes the way of that Legion Commander as they do cast in onto the Phoenix here, but Park with a coil, trying to get out with a Waning Rift, another orb, a shift, jump up to the high ground, and Phoenix still moving in with a Wraith King, considering the blast. Can't get it off in time, though, because Earth Spirit already rolled away. The dive onto the Phoenix, burning through him. Not enough damage to get the finish, though, and they do roll back in. Phoenix, after spending the dive, gets found and picked off by the Earth Spirit. 4-second cooldown on his mobility spell, showing that he is all over the place.
Another meta from Angel, going for the mid tower now. That's really nice.
And I like Bowie's pinging out. Beastmaster couldn't get involved with any of this because he's not holding a TP scroll. Buys up his Necro 2, gets it delivered in. But a tier 1 mid there for Infamous.
It's a little bit awkward. I think ADR, he went for the coil play so he can take the Arcane Rune. So once you drop the coil like that and you're already retreating on your puck, you have no real business trying to fight that back. And I do feel like SG, you just gotta focus on their farm, focus on the split push. That's what they can do. And Infamous, they don't really have sufficient wave clear at the moment to deal with all the split pushing from SG side.
Yeah, and we saw that, like you're saying, with the smoke that the Dire made. You know, Beastmaster was pushing top, Wraith King gets a bit of space. And the fact they noticed it gave them a lot of the map as free real estate. And they smoked themselves.
That Arcane Rune really baited them out. Where? They're looking for a TB down here, but he's not there anymore. And there's a smoke from Dire as well. Very interesting. This is
playing into their vision, but they don't see. Yeah, the TB is smoked.
though. Yeah, exactly. Smoke the farm. Easy.
Where is everybody?
Easy clap.
They'll get a D ward at least.
They know Wraith King. Yeah, look at Wraith King. It's like, oh no, I know what's going on here. They're not on the bottom half. There's only one possibility. They're coming for me.
I'm being ganked. Yeah, TP's bottom outpost. And now Angel's TB. He shows himself to the neutral creeps. There's a little bit of vision there. They see, they do, right? Yeah. They've got to know.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Now they see him. There we go. Now they see him, and he's TPing home. They're like, okay, how did he end up there?
It's very good, especially with Beastmaster's positioning, like where he is right now. Literally, how did the Terrorblade slip through our net? Well, he's got himself Sounding Nash nearly completed on top of Dragonlance. 15 minutes in. Terrorblade at 8,000 net worth. Starting to become a real threat. And the rest of
incredibly farmed.
Like the rest of Infamous, they are just roaming around as 4 heroes together, like giving a little bit of farm to Mariano towards Blink, a little bit to Mr. Jeans for his little items. I say little items, but it's kind of incremental items. Spirit Vessel, getting into the wand, the bottle, the blade mail. He's not going for one big hit. And they've actually walked into the Roche pit. Possessed Mask on TB. Go wild. There's absolutely nothing that would indicate this for SG to pop their heads in there, so it looks like a freebie for Infamous.
Well, a Hawk would be nice.
It would.
It's on the way, but it's going to be way too late.
It is slowly flapping its wings from the mid lane, but Roshan is about to die. Earth Spirit's rolling around, trying to scout people out. Wraith King's TPing top, and I think now maybe SG have an inkling of what's going on. Prophet TP's in, the dive from the Phoenix, Supernova comes, Roshan does fall though, and Angel snatches the Aegis as the Radiant killed it, but look at them all die to the Supernova! It lands and Adriano's in there! The pit has been cleared up! It's an absolute slaughterfest! Infamous! It was a sneaky move, but my goodness, have you been played? SG! They've absolutely destroyed you with a triple kill on Adriano's puck!
Oh, that was so nice. The NP, I think it all started with KJ here just TPing in there, using the Sprout for the vision, dropping that Wrath of Nature that does so much damage, and then the egg was like on point. Nobody else could hit it but the TB, allowing it to pop off.
The coil stopped the Earth Spirit roll, everything worked out.
So good.
Oh, it looked amazing for Infamous as well. You know, that sneaky play, SG have no idea, but nah.
Trent noted that the courier was spotted running past the ward.
Oh.
And that's why they knew that Roshan was being taken there.
Damn.
And the Nature's Property. Because the Hawk was late, right?
Yeah.
The Hawk was coming for the Beastmaster. It was getting there late. But the NP already TP'd in because of that courier. Yeah, people gotta stop like bringing couriers when they're rushing and when they're smoking. My goodness.
It gives everything away. Prophet, thinking about going for another aggressive TP. Cancels it in the end. But there's Adriano puck, still with a double damage rune. He's hunting. Who's he going to find? Blinks forward. Axel. Oh, poor Witch Doctor. That's just a couple of hits. And a wicked sick puck now.
So good now.
Yeah, Terrorblade and Rubik on the run.
They know the meta's still on cooldown, and they just want a huge team fight. They push out the lanes. Infamous have to go out and get these lanes de-pushed, so they can't really, split too much on the map. And SG know that.
And this is all before Wraith King even has Radiance. We're not even looking at the power spike of SG around that big 5-man ball up around the Ratty Wraith King. Just been some nice, slick moves.
Yeah, I can totally expect right now in Infamous's voice comms is just silence. Just
What-
silence.
Just
There's nothing.
Yeah, you can't say anything. It's like, shit, well, that just went really wrong, didn't it?
Yeah, and then there's gonna be silence for about like a minute, and then someone's gonna be like, hopefully there's someone who's gonna be like, all right guys, it's okay, we can still do this, we just gotta go here and then get this item and then take a team fight like this. You need a player like that right now on the side of Infamous, because they just ruined themselves with that Roshan play. Lost all their heroes, lost all the map control.
If Dota 2 teams could have their coaches in there, Coach Gary would be saying, at least the enemy team didn't get the Aegis. You got it, and then died straight away, but, you know, looking on the bright side, SG didn't walk in and steal it. I did get the gold for killing Roche, though. If I remember correctly, it was snatched by the Dire. But now Infamous. You know, you're saying there's that one player that's saying, go here, go there, get this item. They've got a couple of wards over on that Radiant side of the map, and maybe they could play into them, but they're trying to roll mid. Puck too quick, though, and they turn with the Roar. Phoenix back in onto Mr. Jeans. A tanky Earth Spirit, though. No chance to blow him up just with those 3 heroes.
Top tower is under attack.
But you can see that. Maybe it's not desperation, but it's definitely an itch to go and get a kill, especially one of those core heroes. And Mr. Jeans is definitely this Earth Spirit that wants to be able to latch onto some of these targets as they smoke out from that mid lane. And Kostabil's Wraith King, he's a little bit out of position. They've got Blink Duel, but the Radiant Scan, it connects on them and they know that this movement's coming. SG fully adapt, Wraith King far west, everyone else hiding behind that tier 2 mid lane, and Prophet gets the split push on down in the bot spot, so Wraith King can just frontline mid. Where's your smoke, boys? Come on. Run at the Wraith King. Let's see what you got.
No. Let's not run to the Wraith King. No. Coach Gary, what are you doing?
No, so that's not Coach Gary. That was Gary role-playing as the Wraith King.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. That's the last person you want to run into. That's for sure.
Yep.
I mean, I want to see Infamous just... it's a really hard position that they're in, because SG, as long as they keep split pushing, you don't really have many moves to make.
And it was a problem that we kind of saw
they found
in the
him.
draft.
Oh,
no.
Bye-bye.
Angel roared up on his way back towards his own jungle, but dead and without a trace of him left near that Roche pit. He drops the voice chat laugh, and you can tell there's tears in his eyes because they've got the Legion Commander too. Coiled, sprouted Mariano trying to juke around with a press the attack, healing him up decently. He has a Blink Dagger, in fact, so could actually look to escape. Legion somehow slips away. The grasp of SG not firm enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Prophet TPing back in towards his Wraith King. Yeah, it was a problem that we saw at the end of the draft, right? The summons of SG and the lack of D-push from Infamous. And it's kind of why, you know, I was asking, was the Legion Commander the answer to all the Necro units, the Treants, the Skeletons? Because you can clear them.
The Legion is fine. Maybe the Rubik was just a mistake in this draft.
Because
I mean, you can steal Coil, I guess. You can steal some nice puck skills, but I have not felt anything from the Rubik as of right now in this game. Maybe you just had the Earth Spirit as a support, or you pick another position 4 instead. I mean, a Winter Wyvern could have been interesting. I can't remember if it was banned or something like that in the draft.
Yeah, good shout.
But, I mean, I think that would have been much better.
Hey, have those big Winter's curses. Especially like around
Legion.
Supernova. Like you can curse someone, let summons kill them while you focus the Supernova.
True. It's good against the Beast, especially. I do like Legion, like for the duel against the puck too.
Well, Mr. Jeans
So
rolling
there's some
away.
potential there.
Wrath of Nature bouncing across that map. And Adriano's puck is hasted. Full retreat from Infamous. Only one
My
hero
goodness, the drums on the Greater Treant's bottom. Look how much damage they're doing.
What? I'm sorry.
This tier 3?
That's a Nature's Prophet with no boots, drums, medallion, shard. Let's go.
This is the way you play NP now. You just get like drums and you get this shard upgrade. And you're just such a split push god. You get so much farm. You do so much tower damage. I mean, the tier 3 is at 600 health. And the only person who's done damage at tier 3 is the Nature's Prophet. That's it. Nobody else. And he gives so much space to everyone.
It's pretty disgusting.
I'm gonna tell you, Gary. In the future, like, let this patch develop a little bit more. This hero is gonna be like a first phase ban at some
Prophet?
point. Yeah. Just because of this greater, like this shard and what he can do in the early game. I mean, people think he's a bad team fighter, but he's not. His team fighting spell is his ultimate. It does an insane amount of damage when a fight breaks out early game.
Yeah, and it's AoE, basically.
Yep.
Bouncing everywhere.
You combo it up with like coil. I mean, this is just a classic like alliance combo right here. Puck and Nature's Prophet.
Puck and Prophet. Yeah, it sure is. But yeah, that Prophet build. I'll never forget Jenkins' video when the patch came out, where he was talking about Meteor, Hammer, Boots of Travel, Puck with a shard, and you're just pushing non-stop. Don't join anyone. You're just TPing behind towers, shoving. It's pretty nasty.
I don't really think he needs Meteor Hammer, but you know, Boots of Travels and the shard is probably good enough.
It makes it work. Witch Doctor, 2 hits. God above. Costa Bill's Wraith King is ready now. Radiance, Blink, Midas.
Yep.
The rest of his squad is up top, and it looks like Infamous kind of want to get out of their shell and, you know, start something. Go and make something happen, but they're so timid.
Yeah, at this point, I think for Wraith King, he can go straight like Swift Blink or something even. He doesn't even need anything else. He's going for a BKB though. He just wants to take care of the game, but I don't even know if he needs that item against Infamous' heroes.
Yeah, like Swift Blink or like an Assault Cuirass would be super good here as well.
I like Cuirass a little less because TB can take that. But
oh, with Reflection, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's super good.
Something to like burst the heroes.
I'm just thinking AC is super good with like all the summons. If you do, like, it's looking like the next team fight, SG are gonna pretty much cruise through it. And if that goes to plan, you just take the entirety of the Dire base.
Yep.
And here is a smoke from Infamous. They know that this is a losing battle. Like the entirety of the map here belongs to SG. It's like an 80-20 farm split. 16k lead for SG, really reflecting that. And the smoke, if it actually lands on this puck, could be huge, but the Lincolns is just delivered. This couldn't be a worse timing, and they actually go in onto it. Now the Supernova with a big dive and a roar on Legion. They've found the pickoffs they need. Infamous, they went into this thinking they could find the puck, but it just wasn't to be. Adriano dies. Adriano gets a double kill. Someone roared a boar, and Angel's gone. The Terrorblade shredded. Who did Rubik roar a boar?
I confused you with the roar on the boar. Yeah, he roared a boar. That happened. I mean, we've seen Sven Stormhammer on a boar now. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, classic Sochka.
Boar.
The funniest thing is, like, Sochka, when he roared the boar back then, it was like, that was a misplay. But nowadays, if it's like Sven against Beastmaster, you would actually throw the stun onto the board to kill it.
Exactly.
Well, the glyph expended, but tier 3's still falling. And Infamous, without their Terrorblade, can't really mount a defense against this. Wraith King is like one hit on that Witch Doctor, takes him to half HP. Adriano takes him out of the game. Beyond Godlike Puck at 11-0-6 right now. And your buildings are tumbling down. Another silver lining for Infamous. They didn't use Metamorphosis, so when Terrorblade now respawns, they can move in, try and find a fight. They've silenced up the Puck, trying to go back in with a duel, but the Lincolns gets popped, and they do actually find Adriano. The big streak taken away, and Mariano gets some bonus damage.
Still only 10 damage, Gary. 25 minutes into the game. Mariano wasn't even level 12 yet there, sadly.
Still 738 gold for Mr. Jeans.
Yep. This is looking really good, this game, for the TB, and then just one Roshan play. That's it.
And it all went under. But it's good to see, you know, the kind of switch up of SG. You know, the couple of games they had the other day, I think Zara was saying in that interview with Costa Bills, like, yeah, we didn't get to play our game. That OD first pick, it was a decent start to the draft, but we didn't get to utilize it as we wanted. This has been much more of the SG that we have, you know, come to love and respect and know.
Yeah, and not only do they have like a good draft, they also play very aggressively with their draft, which I like to see. That's one thing I was wondering about SG. You know, are they aggressive enough? Are they able to bring it to their opponents? And this game is showing that they can.
And now it's their turn to Roche. The Dire scan it. But look at the Puck and Prophet. they are positioned pretty far away from the pit, and they're going to spot Mariano. Snaps the coil, but the Prophet's TPing on him. And look at KJ. Solar Crest drums, destroys him.
Wow. Yeah, it's time to buff your greater treant, right? When you're split pushing.
Yeah, forget the Wraith
Give
King.
some extra attack speed.
Don't buff the Wraith King, buff your treant.
Yeah. Gotta get that tower damage in, Gary.
You sure
That
do.
pad.
I mean, Inner Beast, Crimson, with the Vampiric Spirit, Solar Crest. Come on, KJ. You're the real carry now. TP's into mid. Sprouts up. There are the big boy treants. 108 damage, a shit ton of attack speed, and the tier 3 just ceases to exist. Say goodbye to your buildings, Infamous. Without your Legion, you've got no wave clear. They kick the Wraith King under tier 4s, and Angel has a good amount of damage on him with that reflection. When that Wraith King comes back up, they miss the roll, and he blinks out with the Aegis of the Immortal still intact. A second lane of barracks for SG, and Infamous left scratching their heads, wondering what they need to do to get a team fight that goes their way.
They're in the fountain. They're gonna smoke out, I guess. But they got so many creep waves pushing into them. They really can't. So it's gonna chill out here. They just lose Irax and out they go. By the way, Gary, this is Peru server, isn't it?
Yes. It sure is.
That's worrisome. That's really worrisome.
Yeah, game 2 goes on to Brazil servers. That's where you'd expect SG to have another little bit of advantage there. Definitely a good sign for SG fans.
Did I hear you say KJ is going to be a carry with Vampiric Spirit?
No, just saying that he doesn't need to buff his Wraith King because he's the real carry now.
Oh.
Because they've got all these auras for his Treants, so he's like, screw you, Wraith King. I'm going to Solar Crest my greater Treant.
It was only like, I think a couple weeks ago, I realized that Vampiric Spirit was not an aura anymore. That only works on you and your little skellies.
I'm a dumbass.
Don't worry, I thought that's what you were talking about. Maybe I thought it was still aura, but I also just realized the other time. And there's so many things in Dota that they've changed, you know, it's hard to keep up with everything.
Yeah, like Rubik's passive, like they split it in two and put half of it on his ulti. Like the debuff amp is on his ulti now. That was something that took me a while to realize had happened. The silence of Theban.
Yeah. I mean, I think the biggest reason for that is because they didn't want the telekinesis to be like this long ass disable, you know?
Super overpowered, yeah. And it's scaling on your ultimate as well. To make sure that, I guess it's like a rescale rather than a straight up nerf. Yeah, he's a bit stronger in the late game, but weaker in that early to mid. Well, this game feels like it's just waiting for SG to put their foot down and say it's over. Costa Biel is working on that Mjolnir now. Jeez. BKB, Radiance, Blink, 21,000 net worth, and working his way towards that final lane of Barracks top. But they're making so much use out of the entirety of the map, which is really nice to see. Like Prophet's back farming in the triangle. Phoenix was farming jungle camps in towards mid lane. They are really making sure that, A, they're getting farm on all their heroes, but also B, Terrorblade and Legion can't go and farm in those quote-unquote safe areas, which carries would like to do.
Yeah, I mean, they're just gonna have to send the base. There's no other movements for the side of Infamous, and SG, if they need to get this to like 40k, they won't mind doing it. They got a little bit more time left on the Aegis though, so I think they will force it for now.
I'll roll in.
Kick him back into the base, alright.
I'm gonna catch the Wraith King. Dual victory incoming for the Legion, or is it a loss? They do take down that first life, but in comes Adriano, forces the BKB and that Sunder from Angel, but Theolicor is dominating. A coil catching two in the back. Legion Commander all trapped up. They got the phase shift attack and the Waning Rift there. E-Blade himself up and Adriano's out. Can't even touch him. The rest of his team focusing the tier 3s and the barracks in that top lane, and Infamous without really a leg to stand on right now, cowering by their tier 4s, hiding in the fountain. This Puck with an arcane rune still going. A sight to behold. Mega creeps incoming as Mr. Jeans goes with a blade mail roll, magnetize, he's trying his hardest, gets the kill, does take it out, but has to buy back straight after. The magnetize is still going, Supernova's forced out, the Terrorblade, he can't run, GG is called, Mr. Jeans calls it, and they know that game 1 has been all SG.
One fight in the Roshan pit. That was it. One fight. And that was a fight before the Wraith King Radiance. So once the Wraith King Radiance came out, after that fight and all the lanes were pushed in,